Alright, I thought I'd do a quick review for UPPERS. I know I'm gonna get asked endlessly about this. I don't have a lot of great things to say about this game. I mean, it's not bad, but I feel like people greatly overhyped this. I know people have been begging for this game to be localized for years, and after playing it, I don't really see what the attraction is. It has all the stupid fan service stuff. I feel like if you just want fan service, there's other ways to get that besides actually having to put in the effort to play a video game again. That's always been my take on it. You know, I'm not into the fan service stuff. I don't understand the whole concept of playing a video game to get fan service. The gameplay is serviceable. It's not like it's bad. It just feels like a game from 30 years ago. You know, it feels like you know, like a Capcom beat 'em up, or like some off-brand beat 'em up from that era. You know, it's like not unplayable. It's not bad, but you would think after 30 years of these games that you know, there would be some advancement. Well, there's really not much. So let's get into some gameplay here. Actually, one thing I'm going to recommend before I get into gameplay is turn off Panty Slots full screen, because this is always on. If you leave it on, it like completely interrupts you. It's even more annoying than all the fan service crap in Senran Kagura. Even if you're into it, I imagine it would probably get pretty boring and frustrating and annoying past a certain point. I don't know exactly how long this game is. I'm still in the refund period, but I'm not going to refund it. I think I'll just take one for the team. But anyway, definitely turn this off, because otherwise you're going to get interrupted even more than you already are in this game. So, much like Senran Kagura, every character is basically the same. I've played as like 3 or 4 characters now. They have different animations. There may be some like marginal differences between them, but they're all basically the same character with different voice and different skin. You have this guy, which is voiced by Nobuyuki Hiyama, so why would I ever play as this dude when you have Nobuyuki Hiyama in the game? There's no point in playing anybody else. They're all mechanically similar. So let's go back to the first level so you guys can see a little bit of how it works. There's really not much to explain in this game. It looks nice. I feel like the frame rate and the higher resolution in the Vita definitely makes the art style pop out a little bit more. Got an S string, dodge. Getting a lot of performance issues on this game too. The port's actually pretty bad. Obviously this is a Vita game, so you don't have any problems running with anyone's computer. There's been a lot of complaints about this. There is tagging, but since every character is the same, I don't understand what the point is. It's mostly just used for the QTEs. So you have this super mode thing, you turn it on, you mash your S string, because that's most of what this game is. Then you get a candy bit. The standard QTE stuff. I will give it this much, it is satisfying to pull these off. Mechanically, there's nothing to it. All these guys are wearing masks. This game is telling the future. Predicted the future. I think this game came out, what, like 4 or 5 years ago on Vita? All the mooks are wearing masks. Doing a better job at containing this virus than real people are. Gotta give them props for that at least. So there's this card system. I guess the girls or whatever, they give you bonuses or something, but there's like no progression in this game at all. You have the same moveset the whole time. It feels like they put all their money into this game into hiring the voice actors and creating the models. I think the game actually, what it's worth, it looks quite nice. This definitely feels like one of those games, kind of like a PS2 game, where, you know, there's some PS2 games that look beautiful on emulators just by upscaling and improving the frame rate. That's kind of how this feels. I imagine the frame rate was probably barely playable on the Vita. But here, there are a lot of performance issues, but something's wrong with the port. It's not the game itself. It was running fine for me earlier. I don't know why it's doing this now. Let's go ahead and do one more. Yeah, see, you have Nobuyuki Hiyama as a screaming protagonist. Like, what's the point in playing anybody else? There is no point. One thing I should mention, if you knock someone down, you can OTG them with the S-Stream. I don't know why the frame rate is tanking. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. It's actually starting to make me sick. I might have to refund this, actually. Let's get a restand going here, if I can. Yeah, it's so cool how you have the same moves as everyone else. You have like 4 moves in your arsenal. I don't understand why this was so hyped. Also, there's a counter if you hold down L2. Someone tries to hit you, you get a combo that way. It's not like the mechanics are non-functional, it's just that they're boring. There's not much to it. It does feel good to hit stuff in this game. I mean, it does accomplish one of those important things of a beat 'em up. You know, the hits need to feel good. But mechanically, there's just not much to it. So let's go ahead and show a boss battle, something with a little bit more health. There's all this stuff in here, but this is just Senran Kagura crap. It doesn't do anything to your character. It's just costumes. I don't particularly care about. Let me spend my money on like new moves or something, not just one thing. why it's dropping frames. I might have to refund this actually if I can't stream it. I can't record it without it dropping frames. It's not like it's terrible, it's just how much people hype this up. This game is there's nothing to it. It's pretty much just mashing the square button, and that's it. Wouldn't be the first time people hyped up something that doesn't deserve to be hyped up. Probably more like the umpteenth time. See how boring this is. It's just the same 4 moves over and over and over again. I don't understand why I feel like beat-em-ups have regressed in some ways. It's like it functions, it's just there's not really much to it. I feel like the price for this is right though. They're only charging $25 for this. I think there's like a 15% off discount. Which for this game I think is fair. You know, Oni-chan Borrow Origin just came out last week, and that is $60. Now, mechanics-wise, there's no contest between Oni-chan Borrow Origin and this. This is basically just rudimentary stuff. It definitely could pass for, you know, if this was like a 2D game with, you know, side-scrolling and belt-scrolling, as old folks call it, with sprites or something. It feels like it could pass for a game like that, but mechanically, it doesn't feel like a game that came out within the last decade. For $25, I mean, if you like fan service, which I don't, I'm an avid hater of fan service. If you just want something simple to play, you know, quick little short burst, you have to remember that this was originally Vita exclusive, so it's designed to be played in little short, easily digestible bursts. You know, it's not the kind of game that I don't think they really intended you to play through in one sitting. I'm fairly sure you could. I don't know exactly how long the game is. I went into this basically blind. I hadn't really heard anything about this game. Obviously, as a Vita owner, you know, I had heard about it because there weren't many games coming out on the Vita by the time this was announced. But I didn't particularly have any interest in it from what little I saw. I think for $25, I think it is a relatively fair price for this. It's just don't go into it expecting any semblance of mechanical depth or anything really. It's a fun game to play. I do think the presentation is quite nice. The character models look nice, besides this random frame rate problem I'm having. I haven't had any problems with the port besides 2 crashes. They do have a feedback and support thread up, so I assume those things will be worked out. I mean, Oni-chan Borrow Origin is a great game, but I'll be the first to admit that the people that decided the price for it, they don't know what the average person thinks of a beat-em-up. You know, they think of these games as mindless button mashers. This game is definitely on the cusp of being a mindless button masher. You know, they do have counters and dodges, and you can get a little bit of a combo going, but it's a very rudimentary game, and most people think that these games are mindless button mashers. I'm pretty sure you could probably get through Oni-chan Borrow Origin just mashing the square button. So, the fact that they're charging $60 for that is not going to fly with most people. However, this, they seem to have a better understanding of what the average gamer thinks a beat-em-up is worth. I think under $30 for this is actually what Oni-chan Borrow Origin should also be priced at. But between the two, I mean, we've had a lot of beat-em-ups and stuff come out this month. It's been like a beat-em-up renaissance, like a resurgence. But I can't really recommend this if you're like me. You know, I have admittedly high standards. You know, I've been gaming for like 30 years, so I've played all the best stuff. It's really hard for me to accept stuff like this, but it feels like it's just a couple mechanics changes and tweaks away from being a really good, just short burst beat 'em up. But instead, there's just not much to it. All the characters are pretty much the same. I'm sure maybe some characters do things slightly faster or something, but I mean, I don't think anybody's really gonna figure that out as far as I know. I think there's better ways you can spend your gaming time. overall, I mean, for 25 bucks, they're not really asking that much for this. I think they seem to realize that. I don't know why people are asking for this. I mean, it's nice to have the game preserved and not stuck on Vita and running at a mostly better frame rate, but you could definitely go without playing this. I mean, Onichan Bar Origins just came out. 9 Monkeys of Shaolin, you know, Fight and Rage is always on sale. Assault Spy is around the same price as this. It's a much better game mechanically. It's really your call. I can't say I would recommend it personally, but when you consider that the base price is under $30 and it will probably be steeply discounted by early next year, I think, you know, when this is like under $20 or something, you can probably get like a weekend out of it. I like that the game is not padded out. That's definitely what I liked about Onichan Bar Origin. You know, gamers seem to think that more means more. In my opinion, less is more. A lot of the games I put a lot of time into are games that I can finish in 1 or 2 sittings. And, you know, I get my replay value out of interacting with the mechanics. I don't need a gigantic open world and a bunch of dumb checklists to grind through. You know, if you just give me some good mechanics and something I can finish in you know, at least 1 sitting, if not 2 or more, then I'm relatively fine. And I think this game does kind of fit that description. So it's your call. I'm probably not going to be playing this much more. I probably should not refund it because I'm trying to get a key for Sakuna, and that looks way more up my alley than this. Way more mechanically deep and advanced than this. So I'll probably keep it. If I find any advanced tech or something, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I think they're not really asking a ridiculous price for this. I think Onichan Bar Origin is actually the game you should not buy if you're on a budget. I think they're charging way too much for that. This is more in line with what I believe smaller beat-em-ups like this should be priced at. I think asking any more than this, you have to realize you're competing with like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta and stuff. And those are like way deeper and they have way more content and secrets and stuff than something like this does. Hopefully the publishers and stuff will find a balance. I mean, I'm glad that they believed in a beat-em-up at all to get it published and localized in the first place. I mean, it's cool for preservation's sake, but at the same time, you could go without playing this, and you could still be an avid beat-em-up, you know, passionate fan. In my opinion, there's not really a whole lot to see here. Thanks for watching.